So you'll probably need around 3 brushes, okay? So one is for leaves, and one is for the yellow. So I'm just trying to create a bit of green color first. So this green, it doesn't have to be too green, okay? Just a little bit is fine. Yep, blue and yellow makes green. While we're getting the paints ready, there should be more people coming. Okay, so we have green for the leaves. Okay, my green is going to be quite dark. And then you'll have a brush, which is just for yellow. So we'll start off doing this painting first. So one flower on top, one flower on bottom. I can do a small one to the side. So using another brush, you can start off making a bit pasty, so not too wet. Make sure it's slightly thick sort of paint first. So if you look at me, I'm using a bit of red to make a bit of orange, so make the center dark a bit. So don't use all yellow, use a bit of red to make it different. So start off doing the middle first. And every time I'm going to add a layer, I'm going to add a bit of yellow.
Is it just yellow and red?
Yeah, yellow and red to make a bit of orange. So I'm going to make my flower a bit more fuller than what you see there. And just start like really tight in and then slowly make your way out. And also be aware of the direction, okay, of how the flower is going to be. Good control. With something very fine like this, you always try to keep it within a third in, or halfway in your brush. So like this, if you look at my brush, only the tip is getting a bit each time. So sometimes you can add a bit of red to give it a bit more variety of different petals. Okay. And always remember where your center is, okay? Okay, so once as you start to go out, just make sure you start to make a bit more white, so a bit more spacing. So once you've done quite a big space, then you start to do very big petals. I'm gonna probably stop around here. Okay, adding just a few red dots here and there just to make it a little bit more different. Next, we'll focus on another part of this painting, the flower at the bottom here. Okay. So you can still slowly work on this one, but don't work too much. Okay. Now work on the bottom one. So I'll add a bit of red more to make the center more hard and focus. So I always go from out to in this one. This stroke is out to in every time. So make sure the center is solid, not too much white first. And slowly make your way out. So this one, the flower, you can go up or you could go on an angle, up to you. So see we get mix and match. And sometimes stop to see what sort of shape you're creating. Okay? So like this one you're thinking more of a rectangle. And if you were to make it a bit more rounder, you can go something like, see, like this, makes it a bit more rounder. Like that, makes it a bit more rounder. Learn to mix well. And make sure you check the two flowers, make sure they're equal in size, but also make the size slightly different. So that's my two flowers. So once you have a bit of green, okay, at the belly of your brush, then the tip of the brush into the black ink. And then this is what we're going to be doing. So this is very important. If you miss this part out, it'll be hard to do what's next. So with the tip of the brush, with a bit of ink, you have to go around the petals, okay? So I'll do a demonstration here. So go a little bit far away from the petal, and then slowly go around it with the tip. And here, use the belly to push it out like that. Okay. And then do a few leaves. Once you finish with the black, do a few leaves like that, coming out. And a tinge of black, so I'll do a little bit of going around this petal instead here. So we'll start off covering the bottom, so you don't have to do the details there. You can add a tinge of water. So leaves not too important, so you don't have to worry too much about the shape. So again, if once you finish with, say, this one, add a bit of water and then mix blue and yellow together if you don't have enough green. And make sure it goes into the belly of the brush. And tip of the brush into the ink slightly. And now go to this flower here. So this one, if you want, you can give a bit of emptiness at the bottom, and you can go around, say, this petal here. Tip in the black ink, and do some more variations here. So sometimes add a bit of water, sometimes add a bit of color, sometimes add a bit of ink. Mix your brushes up. Sometimes it's dry. So how you utilize your plates also very important. So give yourself just like this first, don't fill up too much. So next one is with the same leaf brush. Now you'll tip into the ink again. So this time you're trying to do the stems, okay? So you could do, say, this one first, coming down. So the bottom needs to be thicker than the top. So So gently make your way around, doing a bit of stemming. So this one here, you can actually see the bottom of it. So don't put too many, just a few hints here and there. So add a few dots, okay, just to make it a few places slightly different. And if you have the time and if you're brave enough, you can do the veins on the flower. I mean on the leaves. So not every leaf needs that vein detail, you can just skip a few. So once you've done all that, then you can maybe add a few more places which you want to add, say, leaves. So these leaves will be like background leaves. Once you think it's enough, you should stop and just step back and have